Welcome back to the Tidy Arm Hanger. This is Mike. Today I'll talk to you about the Auldey Wave 3. Oddly enough, we're going to be talking about these. These are sort of like the Transformers Red and similar to the Red figures, but different than the Red figures. And with that, we're going to take a look at these guys and do some comparisons and check them out. But I think they're doing a really good job with these non-transforming action figures that are about 5-inch tall, and I think they're doing a good enough job that they're making Yellow Park up their game in this scale too. These are about $65 for 6 figures, making them about $11 a piece, which is it's not really that bad actually, and you can have a nice shelf of them. But I did get these and all the other Aldi figures I've gotten from Shozy Store. We have a link down below where you can get yours. Remember, TH, support the reviewer. Let's get into taking a look at this and some comparisons and what they do, what they're made of, coming up. Actually, they come in a big box, and then this is supposed to be like store display, and then each one has blind box. I don't like blind box, and I don't think anyone else in my age group category likes this. It's, to me, it's kind of like you're all going to pull a Charizard for Pokemon card or something. I'm going to pull a Galvatron or whichever one, but I'm not a fan of the blind box. Well, I'm going to be tossing these boxes. I got big plans, so let's start really small, shedding a little light on the situation. And so one of these is a 3-pack of smaller figures, which is smart. So you're going to get 3 smaller figures. You're going to get your $11 worth out of these. With let's start with the Rat Bat, and he has his wings that go up and down. It feels a lot like the G1 figure. Head goes up and down a little bit, so there's movement there. And I believe it would integrate. I need to find Soundwave and see if it integrates with Soundwave. But I believe those little tabs on the bottom there would integrate with Soundwave. But a pretty nice looking little Rat Bat for the price. Well, I guess $3. A $3 Rat Bat. Then we get in here to an Insecticon, and they're gonna bang out all the Insecticons in this manner, I'm sure. Which I'm kind of surprised. Like, would you have liked to have seen all 3 Insecticons at once, or spread them out? Does it make it a little bit better? But probably all the same articulation for all these figures. Got a ball joint here, 90 ball jointed right here. Hand, a little bit of movement, swappability. No, the waist swivel is built into this lower piece. You got 90, way past 90, a ball joint there, and then knee is a 90, and then feet have articulation on a ball joint, so you can get quite a bit out of them. And almost feeling like Blocky's level. It really does feel like something that you could have just put together like a Blocky's figure. Does that help? Does that help describe anything? Anyway, there's his gun, and then it's got his articulation on that gun on the top there. Then we've got Brawn, who all the same type of articulation. Looks pretty good overall. Nice tampograph on there, and then we've got the blue right here. Almost looks like he transforms. Just, it's like, wow, looks like you could transform this dude, but no, they don't transform. That would be against the rules for Aldi, oddly enough, but yeah, he looks good. He stacks up fine. Really, there's his gun, and for some reason it's a super tight fit. Definitely not a 5mm port, because that would be too big for these guys. But let's get on to the next one. Almost forgot. There's the cards. It comes with cards. They've got some Energon cubes that come with, I guess, to make it more worthwhile. And then you've just got the only other accessories I haven't shown are extra hands for them, for splayed hands for each one of them. They pack quite a bit in here. Next, we'll take a look at this one, and they call him Ricochet. Let's call him Rick for short. And a Nebulon, which is kind of one of these Target Masters. They didn't say which Nebulon it is. So I'm sure there's something about this that I'm not knowing. It's a part of the lore I missed, but it's a nice looking gun for a Target Master. And then he's got these wings back here that door wings, as we would expect, which it would have been nice if they would have included that with the Jazz. If you're going to make a Jazz mold, then I guess you got to come up with a good recolor for your Jazz. And Yeah, that makes sense to a point. Overall, I like the look of it. I like. I was able to put this on here. It does come with all the pointing and splaying hands, all that good stuff, all kinds of fun there. And I think this one also came with 2 Energon cubes. So I'm getting an Energon cube collection going over here with this. Now let's get a quick comparison of him. And this is the this is the Jazz that Auldey made. And I will say this, I thought these are really loose. I'm not sure what they did different, but he's nice and tight. The original one's loose. And then this is the YOLO Park. I kind of like the YOLO Park Jazz more. Yeah, I definitely like the YOLO Park Jazz more. But there he is. And that's a nice reuse. It looks cool. I mean, if I were to select all these individually and not buy them as a set, I probably would have passed on this guy. Next we've got Scourge or Sweeps, which kind of sucks if you want 3 of them. Then I don't know how you're going to get 3 of them without wasting time with blind boxes. So that's another problem with blind boxes. If you want troop build, you're out of luck. You can't just order 3 of these because there's really no way to know. I mean, there probably is a way to know. There's probably some indication on each packaging what's what. But anyhow, he does have his signature pink fingernails, and he's got it. You don't really see any paint on that on his closed fist, and his nice tampograph. And he's got a pretty good paint, pretty good face, pretty nice representation. I like the coloration, everything with it. He's got the pink toe. Yeah, overall pretty good. These pieces here pop out. The wings would pop off too. You have to install those, but all the same type of articulation that we've been getting before. But definitely a very, very solid representation of a Sweep or a Scourge. Here's all of Scourge's hands in this little case here. Tons of. I think I'm gonna toss all these parts in a bag and toss all the boxes. But there's the hand. Prime time with Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. So we've kind of done Optimus Primes to death, so really don't need to spend too much time on this, other than the fact that you can see the coloration, the color scheme. He does have the outline tampograph of an Autobot symbol, and he's got these green accents. Of course, he's purple because that's how it goes. The sort of the off-whitish parts and the blue seems very similar to Standard Prime. It's got the Standard Prime gun, smokestacks, all that, but the green accents. So really just a straight up repaint. Not a whole lot to talk about. This is literally the shattered part is just. I forgot if he opens up. Does he open up? No opening up. But yeah, these are like pre-assembled blockies for the most part. We got Galvatron, and maybe I need to. No, I can't. Thought I could lift these up. Nope, you can't. I'm wrong on that. So these are lightweight. They're only $10, $11 figures, and they have to pay a licensing fee and all that, but they're still pretty decent. So he does carry over one of the problems. The problem of, let me see. Hold up a second. Does he have a hole in his forearm? Guess what? I just saw a hole in his forearm. I was wrong. He doesn't carry over the Fans Toys problem. And he can have... Yeah, there we go. That works. Coloration. He's colored more like the toy than like the show. So that's... Is it a bummer? Did we already get one? I don't remember getting that Galvatron yet. But I guess in comparison, we'll compare him to a Megatron. But it does look nice. Toy coloration, toy version. It's funny how they put all the kibble on it, but you have the kibble in the show too. And so with all that, it just matches the show a lot better. So I think they did a good job with animation accuracy on this. It's really a weird way they did this whole chain. It's a full formed chain, and then you plug in the matrix. So you could have the matrix separate if you want to. You could give it to, say, the next guy we talk about, and he could hold it in the air if you wanted to, because you bought the set and it all integrates together. So yeah, pretty nice figure. Let's quickly look at him next to Megatron. Right here is next to Megatron, and at this point, I mean, I can't lie. I believe that one is also the Auldey version of Megatron, because the first wave 1 of Yolo Park, they were kind of goofy looking, and these look more like collector aesthetic. So anyway, looks pretty good. They're the same guy. They're the same guy. Now we can see the integration. So A, you can see what Galvatron looks like next to Soundwave, and B, you can see how this Rat Bat clips on there, the same as Laserbeak clips on there. Where am I going to put my Rat Bat? Not sure yet. Pretty sure I'm putting Laserbeak back on Soundwave's arm though. Last we got to talk about is Hot Rod, and I think he looks pretty good, and he's got a little bit of articulation to him. He's nice and tight. He can hold a pose, and holding a pose with a toe, I mean, that's impressive. That's not toe articulation. And I'm just moving around too much. So I think he looks good. He fits the aesthetic that you would expect, and everything comes assembled. I bet this pops off, but it was already in place, I think. Oh, I set these up a while ago, so I can't even remember now. And I've been showing it, but a couple things. Let me find his extra hands. Yeah, I think pretty much all of them have all the splayed hands, the pointing fingers, and all that kind of stuff. You know, you got to be rude. But one thing I forgot to point out, I guess I'll just do it real quick here, is you get stickers for Galvatron for some reason. It even shows how to apply them. It's not something I'm applying to do. But yeah, so I guess I kind of got behind on showing all the different hands that they come with. But it's all about the same stuff for the most part. And this guy looks good. And I like the fin. Still has holes, so you could probably, if you wanted to, for whatever reason, you can put his gun back here. And then you put his other gun right here. If you just needed storage, weapon storage. So they're thinking of some weapon storage, which is nice. And it doesn't take away from the aesthetic from the front, just from the back slightly. And yeah, they are cheap figures, but they don't make them look cheap. They give ideas and thought to this to make them look a little bit higher end, and I like that. I like that about it. It's not like, I'm not sure if they were really doing the same thing like with the Soundwave, but it looks like you could. Yeah, that's something. Maybe I just figured that out, just noticed it, because it's just so subtle. I mean, you're used to screw holes being in the back anyway, so let's see here. Yeah, you can integrate weapons on the back of Soundwave too, so I guess they've been doing this for a while. But he does get 2 of this. Are they the same? They're usually slightly different. There's a slight variation to these guns. So they are not exactly the same, which is correct. Correctamundo. And he does have those signature things like the exhaust pipes on his arms and all that fun stuff, which, I mean, I would obviously we want them to be chrome, but they're at this price point, nothing's getting chromed. I don't think. I would have liked silver paint on them, but I think they are going for tune accuracy. Is this tune accurate, or is it more silver in the ship? Now I gotta look at that. But there's Hot Rod. I think he's a good figure overall. I mean, Hot Rod always has the issue with these colliding, and so they figured out a way to not have them collide. So, you know, that actually does work. That actually does work really well. So there we go. Does his head? Golly, this dude out of all of them was the tightest. Every joint was tighter. Not sure why. So Transformers Red is dead, and you've heard me talk about Transformers Red. I really am not sure why Transformers Red's dead, because it seems like once they ended Red, this stuff started showing up, which is, it's kind of eerie, isn't it? But these are $25 a piece. And then these are $11 a piece, and really, these are heavier and they do feel more like action figures. People have their qualms with the Red series, but you're getting, I don't know, 20% smaller for a third of the price. I don't think it's that bad. Not too bad. Well, okay, you could argue 40% of the price. Okay, 40% of the price. Do I like these better than Red? I think we're going to get a whole lot more, a whole lot faster with 2 companies working on it and with the price point. So I guess there's that to to like it better than red. Red's dead, and these are not. Hope you enjoyed this quick look at the Auldey Wave 3 of these transforming Transformers and non-transforming Transformers. Are they really Transformers if they don't transform? Well, yes, that's the brand name. And officially licensed. But I like them. They're good, decent figures. And for action figures, they get the job done. For the price, definitely worth it if you're interested in these. The only thing I wish is that these would scale with the Hasbro stuff. Like if you're a Hasbro collector, but I understand there's probably not allowed to. But anyway, I get these. It shows these store. I'm gonna link down below. You can get yours. It shows these store also. TH Support the Reviewer. Let me know what you think about these. Like, subscribe to Finger out.